Welcome back to Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net. Monsignor Ketcham, this is a wonderful thing, a wonderful ministry that you're doing. How do our listeners reach out to you? And how, I would love to come down and see what y'all are doing down there. How do people reach you?
Well, Carol, we would love to have you. We'd love to have anyone who's interested in learning more about St. John's Catholic Newman Center at the University of Illinois. They're most welcome to call me directly at 217-255-6641. Or they can go to our
again?
217-255-6641. And they can also go to our website, www.sjcnc.org. That's an acronym for St. John's Catholic Newman Center, www.sjcnc.org.
Okay, and we will have that on our YouTube channel.
Obviously, your efforts are paying off because America, for over the last 10 years, have become a pro-life country.
Increasingly so.
And I think that's one of the reasons why they've moved it from that debate to a contraception debate in a presidential election year.
What a wonderful work you're doing. Got to get those 80%. And I think a lot of those folks, because of values and principles, will ultimately vote conservatively. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I think the young people today are our future leaders, and we need to get out there and really help them understand that they are being lied to by the culture, that they need to invest in the age-old values of faith and being good neighbors to one another, and really stand up for the dignity of life from conception to a natural death, and just use the God-given talents that God has given them and seek that relationship with the Lord and be focused on getting to heaven. That's my job.
That's your job.
Focus
That's
on
your
getting
job.
them to heaven.
Seek ye first the kingdom of God.
Absolutely.
And all these things will be added onto you. Jack, what do you have to say about our culture war? And what can we do better? What can we do better?
You want to get rid of the idiots that say the Catholic religion or any religion doesn't belong in the public place. There isn't anything in the Constitution that says there's a separation of church and state. On the back of this $20 bill, it says, "In God we trust." It's all over our coinage. It's all over the things that our founders wrote. Religion was a big part of their lives, and the Constitution they put together was one that respected all the decent religions of the time that are still in this great country of ours. So we have to have an ethical relationship with each other, and to rule that out of the public square is obviously very silly. It's an abrogation of our general rights. People's convictions about various things, they should be in the public square where you can talk about them. You can't rule them out. So there's this wonderful facility. And my God, if you had children going to the University of Illinois, they'd be much better off taking advantage of what you're making available. Certainly, we should get a big message out of all this, that this guy Obama is not your daddy, he's not your family, and the way our K-12 public school system is running, our children are not getting any ethics in it, and it doesn't look like it's doing very well for itself. There's more problem with drugs and so forth. The ethical thing has been neglected, and we've got to realize that the ethics that come with a good religion are necessary to the public life, and there's nothing about the government that should prohibit that.
Well, Obama, not your mama, and you know what? It's 2012. Elections are right around the corner, and so is that primary, so get out to vote. That is your right as an American, and our rights come from God. Thank you, Monsignor Ketcham.
Thank you, Carol.
Thank you for
Jack.
joining us today. You know what? Join us next week for another great edition of Champion News Talk Radio, brought to you by championnews.net, where you can get all of those teachers' pensions and salaries. championnews.net, your choice for the conservative voice. Make it a great week.